Hey everyone, it's Tyler Stroke from Universal Rackets, and today in this video we are going to be going over tips and tricks for you to get more consistent, regardless of what type of forehand and backhand that you have. You could have a grandma forehand, a grandpa backhand, you could have a Roger Federer forehand. These tips in this video will make you more consistent, regardless of your playing level. So let's get started. So the number one thing, in order to be consistent, all you have to do is make sure So the number one thing that I tell all players to be consistent is use gravity to your advantage. Now, what do I mean by that? Use gravity to your advantage. Well, when I toss this ball up in the air, what does it do? Come down, clearly, right, Tyler? Okay, well, too many players, what they do for their forehands and their backhands, they go too low over the net. So they're aiming for this, right? And then they end up hitting the net. Instead of playing super low over net, play with height and it's going to be all right. Or whenever you get tight, play with height, okay? So I can hit with height and watch what the ball is going to do. It's going to dive in. Same thing for the backhand. It's going to dive in. So if you want to be consistent, 50% more consistent, all you're going to do is hit the ball higher over the net than you normally do. Or in a match, you're going to hit the ball higher in the net over the net than your opponent. The second thing that you're going to do is play with spin. If you can play with spin, you will get the ball in. Once again, if you can play with spin, you will get the ball in. So instead of hitting super flat and having your balls go out, what you're going to do is you are going to spin the ball. You are going to brush the ball, and by spinning the ball, it's going to dive in. Not only is the ball going to dive in by hitting spin, but also it's going to kick up to your opponent after it bounces. Now, how do we hit height and how do we hit spin? It's pretty easy. The more up you swing, the more spin that you will get. Once again, the more up I swing, the more spin I will get. So by swinging low to high, by brushing the ball, by swinging up, I'm going to be able to get more height and more topspin. Once again, by swinging low to high, by brushing up, I'm going to be able to hit more topspin. I want you to think, right? If I swing forward, I'm going to drive the ball. But if I swing up, if I swing low to high, if I lift the ball, that is going to be how I can create height on the ball. Watch, ready? So I swing forward, okay, I drive the ball low over that. But if I swing up and with height, that is how I am going to get that height and get that top spin. The more up you swing, the more higher the ball goes. The more out you swing, the more forward the ball goes. Now, after that, the next tip that I could give you is hold the racket looser. In tennis, to gain control, you have to give up control. The more you let the racket work for you and the less you work for the racket, the better you will be. Where players go wrong is that they get super tight, they want to get the ball in, and they start shortening their swings or they tighten their grip, and the ball goes long or it goes in the net. You have to make sure you let the racket go all the way. Let that racket go all of the way. Make sure you hold your finish after you hit. Guys, when you are on the court, I want your forehand, once you're done, I want you to finish your forehand. For your backhand, once you're done, I want you to finish your backhand. Notice for the forehand and backhand, when I finish, my racket is over my shoulder. For my forehand, when I finish, my racket is over the shoulder. Let your shots go and you're going to be so much better off. Now, when you try that though, don't go out and play and let every single shot go during a match, right? We had one YouTuber comment, or one subscriber, that's what you call them, we're getting into YouTube more than Instagram now, call it, Tyler, I tried all these tips in my match and I absolutely lost. Yes, well, when you try these new tips, if these are new tips for you, go out and practice them, right? Practice makes permanent. Don't just go out in your match and try these brand new things I just told you, right? It's not going to work all of a sudden. But if you practice and drill them and keep on going over and over, and then you're going to become a really good player. The last tip that I'm going to give you guys to be more consistent is just be more active on your feet. Once again, be more active on your feet. A lot of players, they stop, they stand here, and that's all they do. I want you to be super active. I want you to move your feet, keep your feet going, and move around the ball for the forehand and the backhand. I want you to think you have one strike zone. Here it is for the forehand. Here's my strike zone for the backhand. Where players go wrong and they're inconsistent, here's their strike zone, and they have a high ball and they try to go like this. Instead, here's my strike zone. If I have a high ball, I'm going to move my feet so I can get into a better position to get it at that point. So if you guys can use these tips and these tricks, you will be more consistent instantly when you go out and practice not playing an actual match on court. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, or if you want to see more of my awesome tips, check out my Instantly Improve My Forehand or Instantly Improve My Serve ebook. The best thing about my coaching, I think, is that I clearly have the best tips. Instant tips. Tips are simple, easy to remember. But the thing is, though, is they're everywhere. You want to find a forehand slice or a serve slice. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. In the Instantly Improve My Forehand and Serve ebook, it's an interactive ebook. Basically, all my tips are served to you on a silver platter. We have a table of contents. You want to learn extra topspin. Here's the videos, here's the demonstration, here's the text. You want to learn how to hit 20% more kick. Here's the videos, here's the drills, here's the tips. So I would highly recommend clicking the link in the descriptions to check out those ebooks. We have a bundle as well, they're on sale. And as well, make sure to follow me on Instagram if you want to watch me not just teach, but do some dance moves and have some more fun. I'll see you guys next time on court. Happy hitting, and again, make sure you use these tips to get consistent.